and welcome to the 92nd Academy Awards Oscar Recap. I'm your host, Riley Nadout, and these are my guests, Chase Geyer and Jared Huffman. So Chase, I hear you won that Oscar bet.
I did, 20 out of 24 predictions right, and so it seems like you need to start doing a little more research into your picks beforehand, but I look forward to that steak dinner you owe me, so.
Yes, I'm sure it will be delicious. Now we're going to take a look at the film leading with the most nominations, Joker. Do you feel Joaquin Phoenix deserved his Oscar at Best Actor in 2019?
I do feel like he definitely earned the award. It was a very well done performance. I personally enjoyed Adam Driver's performance in Marriage Story a bit more, but I think the Academy also wanted to award Joaquin because he has not yet won an award, and he's put in so many great performances over the years as well.
Yes. And Jared, what's your opinion?
Well, we all know that Joaquin Phoenix's performance was magnificent. I mean, the way he was able to work his body for the performance was stunning, and I think he's just an actor that we don't really see much in Hollywood, especially with a lot of fake and glamorous attitudes that a lot of Hollywood produces. I think he's an exception that we should really celebrate, and I think he deserves this award.
I have to agree with you. Now, do you think it deserved its Best Original Music Score Oscar?
I do very much, and I'm glad that it won for Best Original Score because watching that movie, there were two things I thought walking out. First was Joaquin's amazing performance, and second was that haunting score. It sets a mood and a tone of grimy and dirty of the feeling of the film, and it's a beautiful score, and I think it 100% deserved the win.
Yeah, no, the score was magnificent. It really encapsulated the tone, especially the way where it turned very old school pop from like 1950s when it was really embracing his insanity.
Now, are there any Oscars you feel it should have won this time around?
For the most part, I thought all the other awards were pretty deserving of what they got, and I felt like these were the big two that it really had the chance to win, and I feel like I thought maybe it could upset for makeup, but Bombshell won for that, and I thought that was deserving. But I feel like the awards it got, it deserved, and the other ones fell to good spots.
Now let's take a look at some other films with leading nominations such as The Irishman 1917 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, who was by my personal favorite director, Quentin Tarantino. Now, I don't agree with Irishman getting shut out. What Oscars do you think it could have won?
I think it could have won effects, maybe, but you look, because they de-aged De Niro and Pacino and all of them. So I thought it might have a chance at effects, but honestly, I didn't really see it winning any. And I felt like it was a good film, but it wasn't Scorsese at his finest, but it still deserved the nominations that it got.
Oh, I disagree. I think Irishman definitely was Martin Scorsese at his most mature. It's not as bombastic or as fast as like Wolf of Wall Street or anything like that, but I think it definitely could have picked up Best Directing. Visual effects especially too. What they did with the face work and CGI is really brilliant, and we haven't really seen it being used in such an artsy movie like this by such an acclaimed director, so I think he brought a lot to the table.
All right, let's take a look at 1917. Who won Best Cinematography, Best Soundmaking, and Best Visual Effects. Do you think it's deserving of those?
I actually didn't see the movie. I watched the trailers, and from the clips there, the cinematography looked great. The idea of making it be shot in one continuous shot is a great idea, especially because you get to see all of the actors' emotions as they react to real-time events, and it really catapults you into that type of world.
I have to agree with you. I didn't see the movie either. I can't really comment on it, but I know Deakins does great cinematography.
I did see 1917,
Oh, you did? Oh.
And it was what Deakins was able to do and paint a landscape of war. He was 100% deserving of the win, and I'm glad that we're finally giving him more wins from the many nominations previously he should have gotten, having won like 2 years ago for Blade Runner 2049.
Right. Let's take a look at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt's Oscar as Best Supporting Actor, which I did put in our bet, and I did win.
think we both put that. and I just felt like going into this, it was Brad Pitt's to lose. He pulls off such a suave and just great performance as Cliff Booth. So one of my favorite performances of the year.
No, bro, that movie was great. Quentin Tarantino at his most meta, I'd say. Like he really was just able to make something very special, a love letter to Hollywood with his stylistic cinematography and his humor and his writing. It all comes together to make something that, like I said with Martin Scorsese, a way more mature film.
And as you said, with it being his love letter to Hollywood, I think that shows also with its win for Best Production Design, because as they transformed the landscape into 1960s Hollywood, you really get that feel like you're back in that world. And it's just so beautiful, all the little details. If you go back, you look at some of those scenes, some of those shots, all the little details he puts in, I think it's really great.
I really enjoyed the show. It gives us a real in-depth to what filmmaking used to be. It's very, very meta.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the Best Picture winner, Parasite, which I did not see coming, mainly because I did not see the movie. Chase, I know you won this on our bet.
Yes. Well, so going into this, I thought Best Picture was kind of a two-horse race. I thought it could go to 1917, which would be kind of a safe choice, or Parasite. I was a little shocked with it winning Best Original Screenplay. I thought they could give it to Quentin for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he has won it twice before, so it kind of leaned more towards Bong getting the win. And so I thought when Bong Joon-ho won for Best Director, that kind of sealed the deal for it to win Best Picture and make history at the Oscars last night.
Jared, how do you feel about it?
Well, I didn't see the movie, mostly because I've never heard of the movie. And honestly, I don't think it could have been as good as Joker and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I guess I'm biased, like I said. I've never seen it, but those movies were just very. I mean, I feel like they're movies that are going to hold up as classics. I don't know. I guess I'm very biased. I need to watch the movie myself and then catch.
I agree with
that's
you.
my opinion.
Perhaps after the show, we could watch it.
Yes, I implore you guys to go check it out because it is a masterpiece film.
Is there any awards that you think it should have won that it didn't already?
I'm really happy that it won these big four categories. I felt like maybe it could have pulled off editing because there are some sequences in there that are really well done. But for the most part, I feel like this is just wins for these.
All right, now we're going to take a look at, I believe, all of the nominations and winnings of this year's Oscar show. Do you have any other comments based on these?
One thing I wanted to point out was, for one of the ones I got wrong in our little bet was animated feature. I picked Klaus for the upset over Toy Story 4 because I thought they were going to do a little upset and it would go to Klaus because Klaus was a really well done film. It's on Netflix, so if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Is there anything you're looking forward to for 2020?
One film I'm excited for is Wes Anderson. He has a new film coming out this year called The French Dispatch. We don't know a lot about it yet, but it's got a great cast and it's supposed to be a love letter to journalism. And it's Wes Anderson, so I trust he'll do good.
I think that's going to close out our 2019 Oscar recap for the 92 Academy Awards. I think we will see you guys next year.